looks like we are up and running here. Alrighty, well, welcome back. We're back again, continuing on with some more of my hardcore Nuzlocke attempts here for Pokemon Run&Bun. We are picking up where we left off yesterday, where we started Team Magma Hideouts, and we were able to defeat the first 3 trainers so far. And today, I just wanted to do another 3 trainers just to get some more progress before I go to all my Thanksgiving festivities today. So yeah, I should go relatively quickly. I already took a look at the next 3 fights. These ones aren't nearly as tricky as some of the ones I just did. So I figured this would be a good opportunity to get 3 more fights done, get more progress, because there's quite a few fights in the hideout here, so any progress that I can get would be good to do. So yeah, I already have the first fight planned out, the 4th trainer that I have to go up against next, which is not that complicated of a fight. So yeah, why don't we just go ahead, go on and do the first fight here. So we did this fight last, so now we have this fight next. Alright, so let me save. What's up in the chat? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a good day today. Alright, let me just triple check items here. Life Orb, Burned Shed Shell, level 79. Charcoal, no item, person. Alright, cool. And let me just triple check my calcs one more time. Yeah, we should be good here. Alright, let's go in and do this here. Alright, so this is Magma threat number 4. So she leads a Manectric that knows Double Team and is holding a Life Orb to deal more damage. So to start off with, my Alakazam with the Life Orb just simply outspeeds and can one-shot with Psychic. So we're going to do that first here. So Manectric goes down, and Alakazam shows that with the Life Orb it outspeeds and can one-shot everything on the team, so it's going to just bring in the next mon in order, which should be Pyroar. Perfect. Alright, so now normally I could try to go for the KO, but it is holding a Focus Band. So I want to get rid of that first. Right now it's either going to go for Fire Blast or Yawn. So I'm going to swap to my Caracosta, who is burned, so I can't get put to sleep by Yawn, or get burned from the Fire Blast. So we'll go here. Yep, so there's Fire Blast. Critical hit, perfectly fine. Alright, so now it's either gonna go for Hyper Voice or Fire Spin to trap me. If it does go for a Fire Spin, I'm holding a Shed Shell, which allows me to switch out. But I'm going to knock off its Focus Band, so it no longer has it. Yeah, so there's Hyper Voice. Oh, another crit. Nice. Yeah, we always lived 2 crits plus burn. So this is all accounted for. So now it's gonna go probably random move. But any move it goes for is perfectly fine. Infernape can live even a Hyper Voice from actual crit. So we're just gonna swap to Infernape now. Yeah, so there's Hyper Voice. Alright, then now, without its Focus Band, we can outspeed, and we can one-shot it with Close Combat. Alright, and this should always be bringing in the Fearow next. Perfect. Alright, and Fearow sees a KO with its moves, but because I show that I can outspeed and KO with overheats, it has to go for a quick attack, since it'll out-prioritize. So knowing that, I can just swap to... And I can't let Infernape take that because it's got Sniper with a scope lens. So even a critical hit, quick attack would deal too much damage. So I'm going to swap to Omastar, which has Shell Armor, which can't get hit with a critical. Oh. Went for Double Edge, interesting. I guess... Huh, that's weird. I should have gone for Quick Attack there, since that's not that I could kill. I guess there's a... It's not a guarantee. But... Doesn't really matter. Now the Fearow, its highest damage is just going to be Drill Run. And I can just one-shot the Fearow from here with Power Gem. Yeah, so we eat that. Perfect. Power Gem takes out Fearow. This should always be bringing in Abra. I mean, Absol. And then the Absol here will be going for most likely Night Slash. This thing also has a scope lens with Super Luck to deal high critical hits. But my Hydreigon can simply take whatever hit it's going to go for very well. So I can just freely swap it in here. So it's most likely going to go for Night Slash. Yep, there we go. What's up in the chat, you guys? Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day today. Appreciate the upvotes here. Yeah, I'm streaming a particular Pokemon challenge with this is a ROM hack of a Pokemon game called Run&Bun, which is considered one of the hardest ROM hacks for a Pokemon game currently. So, let's see, from here, Hydreigon can just simply outspeed and one-shot with a Draco Meteor. Alright, so last Mon on the team is a level 80 Trapinch with Eviolite and Arena Trap. So this thing is pretty easy to deal with. So I'm going to U-turn to allow myself to switch out, deal some damage. And I'm gonna go to my Golisopod on whatever it goes for. Went for Swagger. I'm holding a Person Berry to heal myself from confusion. And then now I could just outspeed one shot with Liquidation. And there we go. Pretty easy. Appreciate the positive comments there, you guys. Appreciate that you guys are enjoying being in the stream here. Let's see. Mariana Luna, this is called Pokemon Run&Bun. It's a, like I said, modded version of Pokemon Emerald. Yeah, this is Purple Foggy. This is definitely not. I would say this is the opposite of Brain Rot. This challenge is like takes like 100% brain power. But yeah, there's a lot of slop content on shorts, but I like this format because it does make you more discoverable than other formats. The random one, the challenge is called a Nuzlocke. Basically, it's a way of playing a Pokemon game where if any of your Pokemon faint in battle, you can no longer use it. And if all your Pokemon faint in a battle, then you basically have a game over and you have to start from the beginning. And you can also only capture the first Pokemon you encounter per route. So it limits the amount of encounters you can get and adds a lose condition to the game. Yeah, this is just a modded version of Pokemon Emerald, so I'm just playing it on an emulator. But as you can see, it contains a Pokemon up to Generation 8, and includes a lot of the current game mechanics, which the game creator used to devise some very, very difficult battles. Taurus, you are definitely right about that. I'm a huge nerd. Appreciate you tuning in, though. Hope you're having a good day today. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next fight here. I kind of sort of already had a game plan set for this. So let's see. So I'm gonna plan out this next fight here. And apologies if this this screen looks a little intimidating, but this challenge is so difficult that in order to do it successfully, I use a damage calculator, which tells me exactly how much damage each of my moves deal. to any of my opponents' mons here, so yeah, but this next fight looks pretty straightforward. I think my game plan was get outspeed one-shot the Dredagon with Icicle Spear from Cloister, baiting Leaf Storm from Shiftry, and then go to D-Knight, give it a Zoom Lens to counter the Bright Powder, KO with Dual Wing Beats, which would bait potentially either Stone Edge or Knockoff. Oh yeah, the random you play a little CS. That's pretty cool. I used to play Source back in the day, but I don't really play that many shooters that much anymore. I'll play a little bit of Valorant here and there, but I get too invested, which is never good for my mental, you know. Alright, let's do so. Stone Edge and potentially Knockoff from Marowak. I need something to take either of those moves. Probably Drapion, and then I could bait Earthquake into Earthquake to get emergency exit from Golisopod into Omastar, outspeed one shot with Surf. And then I can one-shot the Turtonator with Power Gem, even if it does get its Quick Claw rock. So yeah, this fight looks pretty straightforward. Yeah, so we KO Dredagon with Icicle Spear, bait Leaf Storm, go D-Knight Zoom Lens, KO with Dual Wing Beats, bait either Stone Edge or Knockoff from Marrow, pivot through Drapion, then Golisopod emergency exit into Omastar, and get the chain KO. Yeah, so this fight looks pretty easy. Yeah, I much prefer nowadays playing RPGs. Mainly due to the fact that I can stop playing at any point, really. Whereas if I get invested into a multiplayer game, then it's too easy for me to invest too much time into it. So, but like with a game like this, like I can once I finish a battle, I could just save and quit at any point. need Cloister, Dragon Knight, Drapion, and Omastar. And Golisopod. And then for items... need a zoom lens on Dragon Knight. Let's see, zoom lens. For Dragon Knight. Yeah, tower defense games could be pretty cool too. Yeah, I think unless you have like a group of friends to play multiplayer games with, just having like a chill RPG to play, like if it's just by yourself, you know, that's something I much prefer. But you know, I'll still play. You know, I have some friends that play Valorant, so I'll queue up with them every now and again, but definitely my solo queue days are definitely done. I can't do that sort of thing anymore. Alright, so for emergency exit proc on Golisopod, I need let's see, 111 plus 54 HP. So 165. Well, right now, currently, this is the main... Pokemon's really the main RPG I'm really playing right now. Because this particular challenge, it's so difficult that it demands a lot of your time. So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Diablo games, but tomorrow, there's a fan-made version of Diablo 2 called Project Diablo 2, and the new ladder is dropping tomorrow. So I was actually considering streaming playing that game as well, for the start of the new ladder season. So it's another type of RPG game that I really enjoy playing. Alright, so let's see, Golisopod needs to be at 165 HP. Alright, cool. I don't think I need any other items. None. Zoom lens, none. None, none. Yeah. Yeah, this fight is pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. this should all be good. Let's go ahead and do the next fight here. Alright. So this will be the 5th battle for the hideout. So we just defeated you. So now we go to you. Alright. Save. And then triple check. Zoom lens. 165. Alright, yeah, this should be good. Alright, so this is grunt number 5. He leads a Dreadagon that honestly is not too super threatening. It doesn't have any like focus bands or anything, so I can just simply outspeed and one-shot with a skill link Icicle Spear. Go. I've only been streaming for like a few months now, so I'm still pretty new to this, and I'm not really doing it super seriously. I'm just doing it just for fun. So, but I appreciate anyone who, you know, tunes in and just vibes. You know, appreciate if you guys are enjoying this along with me. All right, so this is gonna bring in Shiftry next. Shiftry sees a guaranteed KO with Leaf Storm, which my Dragonite can take very well, so we're going to swap to him. Okay, so Leaf Storm. Alright, so now Shiftry is holding a Bright Powder, which gives it a 10% chance for you to miss with your moves. I appreciate you tuning in, the Random One. Thanks for popping in. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully I'll catch you in another stream. Happy Thanksgiving as well. Alright, so the Bright Powder, like I said, makes your moves 10% less accurate. So I gave my Dragonite a Zoom Lens, which gives you 20% more accuracy if you move second. And the Shiftry outspeeds me, so I can now guarantee attack it and KO it with Dual Wing Beat as it goes for a Night Slash. Alright, so Shiftry goes down. This will always bring in Marowak. Alright, and Marowak sees a KO potentially with either Stone Edge or Knock Off. So I'm going to switch to something that can take either move, which will be my Drapion here. So there's a Stone Edge. We have battle armor, so we can't get crit. And now, let's see. Yeah, after even a Stone Edge, Marowak can only see a KO with Earthquake. So it's a guaranteed Earthquake on this turn. So we can swap to my Galissapod to trigger emergency exit to get in my Omastar for free. Yep, perfect. Earthquake. Emergency exit lets us to swap out. And I'm gonna bring in my Omastar. And my Omastar outspeeds, and I can just one-shot with a Surf. Alright. And then this just leaves Turtonator, which is holding a Quick Claw, which allows it to move first 20% of the time. But it doesn't matter, because Power Gem will always one-shot, and I'll always live, even if it moves first. Just like that. Alright. Pretty easy. Alrighty. Purple Frog, I appreciate you saying that, man. You know, I feel like, you know, just having, like, chill streams where it's, like, following along with somebody, you know, I follow along kind of similar streams to this format that I'm doing. It's just nice to, like, just have a chill stream where you can enjoy the process of somebody, where it's not just, like, some random slop that you see majority of the time. So I definitely feel you on that, and I appreciate you saying that. Alright, so let's go back and heal. Alright, I'm just gonna do one more fight for today, because it is Thanksgiving, and I do have some Thanksgiving plans starting pretty soon. And I already took a little look at this fight, so I think I already have sort of a game plan for it, but yeah, I think the plan was this guy does have Quick Claw, Explosion, and Stealth Rock. So my plan was just to, I think, Basculin. I'm just gonna try to get the one-shot. If it gets a Stealth Rock off, it should be fine with the team I plan on using for this. Because this will bait Volt Beak, most likely from Draca's ult, which I could one-shot with my Excadrill. And then if I hold a Muscle Band, I show KOs to both Flareon and Slowrock, so it has to be Talonflame, which I can just use Magnezone to deal with very well, even if it goes for a Swords Dance. I'm not really playing any other Pokemon games right now. Like I said, this one, it's hard to balance, because, like, If I were to do another Pokemon game, I would do a similar type of challenge like I'm doing here. And doing 2 at the same time would just be too much, like, too much thinking to have to separate to 2 different games, so. But I hope I could successfully beat this challenge, and if I do, then there's other Pokemon games that I'd be interested in playing. I would consider, though, doing kind of like just like a more chill Pokemon game, just like one that's not as difficult as the one I'm doing right now, just for fun. And so I could Talonflame has a focus band, but Magnezone could 1v1 even if it gets a Swords Dance up. And Magnezone would bait either Flare Blitz or potentially Superpower from Flareon, which I could just swap to Gyarados for the 1v1, which would bait Soul Rock Blast, which means it can't use Explosion. And then I could use Omastar with a Zoom Lens to KO with Surf. And then, so I should probably equip a... I think it should be fine. The problem would be if Flareon potentially sees a KO with Flame Charge. If it does, then it would outspeed my Gyarados. Deal a ton of damage. I guess I could bring something as a potential sack. I guess I could bring Lycanroc, or yeah, Lycanroc would probably or Dragapult. See. So, well, if I give... Let's see, where's he at? If I give Accelerock a Life Orb, I could potentially one-shot with Accelerock, so I can bring that as a backup if needed, but it should be fine. So I think we have a good game plan here. I mean, like I said, I usually play mainly RPGs, sometimes shooters, but I would say RPGs are what I mainly play in terms of like a solo game. Alright, so let's get this fight dealt with here. So we need Basque Legion. We need Excadrill. We need Magnezone. We need Gyarados. We have Omastar, and then we need Lycanroc. Alright, and then for items... I could use probably Rostberry for Poltergeist for Basque Legion. Yeah. I've actually never gotten it into Cuphead, but it looks like a game that I would be into playing. I like doing a lot of like challenge runs, so like the most recent one I did was like a level 1 playthrough through Elden Ring. So I like doing challenges for a lot of the games I like to play. Just for the added enjoyment. So let's see, we need Muscle Band. Where's the Muscle Band at? There we go. Oh yeah, I've heard... I've seen and I've heard how difficult Cuphead can be, so... If I were to get into that game, that would be like a game I would stream like this, like doing like a specific challenge for it. So I should probably give Gyarados a Citrus Berry just in case I take too much damage. Or, let's see, can Blurblitz burn? Okay, yeah, Blurblitz can burn. So I need to give a Rostberry to... Gyarados. And then Life Orb for Accelerock as a backup. Yeah, Hollow Knight's another one I think I would get really into. Yeah, it's just like I said, I can't really do more than one challenge game at a time, so... You know, I don't really have all the time in the world as is. And then I need zoom lens for almost all. Alright, so I think this should be good. Yeah, and this will be my last fight for today. So let's see, Rost, Muscle Band, Rostberry, Zoom Lens, Light Work. Alright, let's go ahead. This will be fight number 6. Here. We did these guys. Did you. So now we go down here for this guy. Alright, so I'm gonna save. And triple check all my items here. Muscle Band, Rost, Zoom Lens, and let me just triple check my calcs one more time. This should all be good. Alright, let's go and do this here. Alright, this is Magma Grunt number 6. Alright, so this Colossal, is holding a Quick Claw, has Explosion, and it also has Stealth Rocks, which is all annoying stuff to deal with. But on the first turn out, it is very, very likely to set up Stealth Rocks. It's only a 20% chance that the Quick Claw will allow it to move first. If it does set up Stealth Rocks, we should be still fine, with all the damage that we'll still take. But ideally, we don't see a Quick Claw, and I just outspeed in one shot with Liquidation here. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, and then this will always bring in the Dracozolt. The Dracozolt outspeeds and one-shots with Bolt Beak. So I can swap to my Excadrill, which is immune to that attack. Perfect. And then with a Muzzle Band, I can outspeed and one-shot with Earthquake. Alright. And this should always be bringing in Talonflame next. Perfect. Alright, so now this Talonflame is holding a Focus Band, which is a little annoying. It also has Swords Dance and Will-O-Wisp, and Roost. So, right now it can either use Will-O-Wisp or set up a Swords Dance or attack, but all of which is perfectly fine because my Magna Zone, even at +2 attack, takes very, very little damage from this Talonflame because it doesn't have a fire type move. So we're just gonna go straight to Magna Zone here. Alright, so there's a Brave Bird. That's actually the least likely of the moves it could have gone for. Alright, so it's still holding a Focus Band, which gives it a 10% chance to always live at 1 HP, no matter what. But I'm just gonna keep attacking it with Thunderbolt until it goes down, basically. Even if it gets 3 Focus Band procs in a row, we'll still be perfectly fine. Purple Froggy, this is my current furthest attempt. This is the Team Magma Grunt Hideout, which is after Gym 6 in this game. This is a very long section before Gym 7, and is considered one of the hardest parts of the game, so this is all brand new territory. I haven't gone a run this far before, so yeah, we are taking it fight by fight, basically, at this point. So it's either gonna, again, attack, use Will-O-Wisp, or set up a Swords Dance. Majority of the time, Thunderbolt will just straight up just KO here. Yeah, so Willow, perfectly fine. I'm holding a Rossberry. Actually, I can't go for Swords Dance because it sees I can KO it. Let's see if it gets a Focus Band proc here. Nope. And we get a crit. The crit wasn't necessary, but love to see no Focus Band procs. Alright, so now this brings in a Flareon, who saves a guaranteed KO with Flare Blitz. So I'm going to swap to my Gyarados, who can take the Flare Blitz very well. And I'm holding a Rossberry in case of burn as well. And Intimidate will also lower its attack. Perfect. Oh, I've done. I have my number of lost attempts is if I can include all the ones that I've done off stream, it's in the hundreds for sure. So I've done a ton of attempts at this game, mainly in like the early game because. Like I said, this is a very challenging game. Only about 80 people have successfully completed the challenge I'm doing particularly here. So, But I feel like I've gathered enough experience now to the point where I feel confident enough to actually stream this attempt, because I feel like I understand how to go about this game. So right now Flareon does have guts, and it had a toxic orb, so now it does increase damage, but we just simply outspeed and one-shot with Waterfall with Gyarados here. Alright. And then this just leaves Soul Rock. And the Soul Rock here also has Explosion, but it can't use it because it is the last one out, so the AI will not go for Explosion. And it's also holding a Bright Powder, making my moves 10% less accurate. So I'm going to swap to my Omastar, which is holding a Zoom Lens to counter the Bright Powder. So there's a Stone Edge. We'll take that very well. And we can just one-shot with a Surf. And that'll be the fight. Alright, there we go. Very nice. Alright, so that is now 6 fights done for this section. Still plenty more to go, but this is a good amount of progress that I wanted to get done for today, so we will definitely take that. Oh no, none of these guys know how to fly. Alright. Alright, so I need to get ready for Thanksgiving stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and end stream there for today. But I appreciate all you guys tuning in to watch. Purple Froggy, Mariana Luna, The Random. Really appreciate you guys all tuning in and watching with me. Wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see everyone in my next stream. Alright.